bullshit video?
The bullshit video. That's the perfect title right there. Alright, so Kevin's over again. Say hi to Kevin. Mr. Kevtris. And the night's over now, but we made... Oh, there's probably 5 different videos just of all the video we've shot tonight. So I'm going to break it up. M82, we did a little bit of that. Of course, we just bullshitted most of the night, so that's probably going to be a whole separate video just by itself.
The bullshit video?
The bullshit video. That's the perfect title right there. What else did we work on? We worked on the 3DO for about 2 seconds and figured out that that was
it was just a game.
Negligible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else?
Bullshitted.
Yeah.
Talked about circuit board programs, FPGAs.
We definitely need to integrate a lot of this into separate videos. I'm already losing track here. It's too late. It's fucking 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh yeah, it is. 1:06.
Yeah. Alright, let's edit this out. Let's see, what else? Not much else, really.
Not really. It's not a bullshit.
So maybe we're like 3 videos.
Yeah.
Hell, even the M82 wasn't really a whole video.
No.
It's like we had 1 wire. But
combine it with the adapter.
Yeah. Once we get the more video shot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Once we get the adapter video shot, you know, making the adapter, programming it.
And just slap that onto the end of it, saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is the other fix."
Yeah.
That took 2 seconds to figure out. Let's see. I don't know. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give you some of that green wire if you want to try that stuff out. My infamous green wire.
Sure.
I love that stuff. Like I said, I almost brought the roll and I just spaced it. I like it because it's got PVC jacketing on it, so it doesn't melt.
Oh.
You know what I mean? 'Cause that's always a problem.
It's always a problem. I end up having to take my X-Acto knife to the shit after I've tinned it because it melts together.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why I like that. But yeah, it's really cheap. I bought that roll of wire and there's like a mile of wire on that roll. It's like 4,000 or 5,000 feet. I think I paid $20 for it. And it's solid core. I like solid core for inside stuff. If it flexes, you use stranded. If it doesn't flex, you use the solid.
Obviously. Well, that's why I like the magnet wire.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Because you don't have to strip it.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. Plus, it's very, very thin. You know, I can, if something's getting mashed, if it's got to find its way through through-hole pins on the bottom of a board, and there's no way that's going to get mashed so hard that's going to make contact.
True.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you can thread it between the pins.
That stuff was a godsend for repros.
Oh yes.
I don't know if I've still got. Yep, right there it is. This is the first. This is the first one I tried to make of Rekka.
Okay.
Look at them fucking wires sitting on top of the EEPROMs. You can't fucking close the cart because they're too thick.
Yep.
And of course, I didn't know, so you know, I was just trying to run the shortest wire I could.
Yeah, you always do that the first time. I'd done that too.
So
don't feel
magnet
bad.
wire, even doing it exactly like that,
It'll
magnet
fit.
wire will fit just fine.
You know what I usually will do when I have to do that? I cut the pins off. So I'll splay out the pin and I'll cut the pin itself and leave the stump. And stick just comes out the end of the chip. That's how I usually will do it. I've only probably made 4 or 5 repros in my whole life.
Well, people really want to see these videos.
Yeah, I know.
And that's...
Oh, I know.
I can give 2 shits about selling repos anymore, but making videos about it...
People like it.
Yeah.
I've just never really had a need to make a repro, you know?
Yeah. That floating pin right there.
Oh, that's VPP. You should always pull those up to 5 volts. If it's got a VPP pin, hold it to 5 volts every time. Some of the EEPROMs, like the TI EEPROMs, will not work unless you pull that to 5 volts.
That makes me wonder. I think this one worked.
Sometimes it'll be flaky too. Yeah, if it doesn't work, pull the VPP to 5 volts.
I wonder if I have my...
And make sure you pull program to 5 volts if it has a program pin too. 64 and 128 especially.
Here's what happened when I tried to pull the dip out using hot air.
Oh, that didn't work too hot, did it? Does the board still work? It still works.
That one does.
Uh-huh.
I had one actually blow up and shit went to my face.
Ooh.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah.
Delaminates.
And apparently it gases off too.
It sure. Well, yeah, that's what causes it to delaminate.
God, it was.
Oh yeah, it stinks really bad.
It popped and then I felt shit hit my face.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn, I should have been wearing safety glasses, but I wasn't expecting anything.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. I guess I wear glasses, so kind of built-in safety glasses.
Pre-protected.
Circuit boards.
What's back there?
Little circuit board. It must be a pot or something.
I think that's some free Radio Shack kit stuff.
Oh, thermostat. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Oh, Velman. Yeah, I know them.
I bought a lot on eBay. I think I only bought it
To get something out of it.
My prototype station. Where's it at? What do I do with that thing?
Oh, does it have like a breadboard thing and power supply on it?
The big one. Shit. Where is that thing? Rare stuff.
Yep.
MTC 2011 Homebrew Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I have never even heard of any of those. I can't even see what that one says.
It's Yard's Revenge.
That one I have heard of.
Yeah, the infamous garage cart.
Heard about it. Sure, never seen one.
Action 52.
I've had one of these.
Mm-hmm. I had one, and I had two of the whatchamacallits, Cheetah Men 2.
Did you? Why?
Because I got one in a trade, and then I had bought one. Because when I got them, they were really cheap.
Oh, really?
Back in the late 90s, yeah. Oh, I just have some more. Maxi 15.
I still got one of those in the original box.
Yeah, I had the box for it too. And then I can't remember what this cartridge is. Mystery cart. I think it's a multi-cart or something. I stuck it in there, but it was like last year. Same with this one. I can't remember what's in it. There's something in it, but I can't remember what.
You need to make a label.
Yeah.
Is this like hard to run stuff or something?
What?
These?
Yeah, they're just regular. This is all I have left in my NES. I sold most of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's pretty much it, yeah. I had like 600 cards last year. I was like, I'm not playing these, I'm going to sell them.
I had 600 cards too, but they were all like sub $10 cards.
Oh, yeah.
They were filling up all them shelves in there. I'm like, I can get rid of this stuff, seriously. So I just started throwing them in with the
systems.
popular lots.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, it seems to help. So then I got that. So I decided to bring that for fun. And it gives some more test fodder, and then mini NES, if you ever wonder what one of those look like. I don't even know if it works.
It's not something that you made?
No, I didn't make that. Joe designed the board, but some other guy made those. Atari 5200 Junior, with all the games built in. You know how big an Atari 5200 is, right? Have you ever seen one? It's like, yes.
I've got 3 of them.
Yep. And then this is a controller I modified that's 5200 now. It's a Jaguar controller.
A lot of people cry about the Jaguar controller, but
why is that?
It's useful.
They
think it's the worst controller ever made.
Oh, I think it's a good controller.
It's useful. I mean, all them buttons on there like that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it plays well. You know, it feels good, and it's ergonomic. It's not like, you know, the 7800 joypads. Have you ever played with those?
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They're horrible. Because the buttons are so hard to press, so your finger wears out.
Well, you can mod that for not only, what, 5200, but like
in television.
And,
I did that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In television, 5200.
Probably could do a APF MP1000.
Yeah, I probably could.
That'd be great. Those things suck too.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the copy Fami.
Alright.
With AV mod. That's the, I duplicated the front loader AV circuit in there. So it has a decent AV circuit in it.
This looks nothing like the USB one at all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't design the USB one.
You didn't?
No, that's the one. No, Bunny Boy designed it. I have nothing to do with the USB one. I've never even seen one installed in real life.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think Joe actually has one of the boards and he showed it to me, but that's the only time I've ever seen one. So people are like saying, "Oh, well, I got a problem with my USB copy." So I'm like, "Oh, don't talk to me."
Right. Yeah, I get that a lot.
What?
People buy somebody else's kit for installing some video mod, and they're like, "I'm having problems with this." Well, talk to the guy that sold it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's right. You do have one, don't you? I think that's one place I saw it.
There it is.
Same chips, pretty much. OTP EEPROM on there. Same 6522. So basically, it's the same thing other than this FTDI chip, basically. Yep. It's pretty much my circuit with this FTDI chip in place of the parallel. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. 32, 157, 138, and 10. Yeah, same chips.
I always really wanted to redesign it just to fit it into a top loader.
Oh, yeah?
Put a USB port on the back side.
That's why I did.
The front loader, the ZIF is just
shitty.
You know, it's responsible for half the bad dumps probably, I'm sure. And
well, that's why I made this. Is
right.
Because basically everything that's undumped now is Famicom. Pretty much.
I think there might be a few Euro.
There might be.
But yeah, for the most part it's Fami stuff.
Because they're still making new Famicom stuff that just blows my mind.
Oh, there's probably a lot of pirate and, you know,
yeah, it's all pirate,
stuff.
yeah.
Sure.
So there's my AV mod. It's actually what I did, I took the modulator out and gutted the modulator and put my AV circuit on the circuit board.
Yeah.
Using the existing holes.
Nice.
So I just duplicated the front loader's AV circuit, so it looks really good. So I didn't, you know, just do like a crappy mod on it.
Over the years, I've maybe had 20 people ask for an AV mod for that.
Oh yeah?
And every time I'm like, well, I try it, but I don't get enough people really wanting it to
make
really
it
move forward with
worthwhile,
it.
yeah.
It's just, it seems a little unnecessary when you have an AV Famicom.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then people are like, well, I want the microphone. I'm like, I can understand that. How many games do you use a microphone?
One that I know of, Zelda.
Right. So, and that's another mod that I have yet to find is how to add the microphone back to the AV Famicom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nobody's really posting anything on how to do that. And I've had requests to do it.
I disconnected the mic on this.
Yeah.
Because it's useless.
Right.
It's like, oh wow, I can talk through my TV. Okay, I'm in a room with the TV. What's the point?
So somebody can say to somebody else, look what I got. That's what it is.
True.
Which that's the whole reason I have a top loader.
I like
that. Oh, look at my Nintendo, I got a top loader. Right on.
I like how it holds those. I thought that was always really pretty nice.
Except for your cord is like 2 feet long.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you're supposed to play with this near you, apparently. You know, you're supposed to sit this between you and if someone else was playing, and then you have a long cord going to your TV, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the Japanese house is
I was just going to say,
room.
The Japanese house is the size of a shoebox, so...
It didn't matter where they are in their house, that cord's going to reach.
True. Yeah, this Famicom came to me like all Famicoms come to me, blown up.
Really?
Well, you know, someone stuck a Nintendo adapter in
Sure.
here, of course, and blew the regulator.
Yeah.
You know, the regulator blows up, the cap blows up. So I fixed this one. This takes center positive now, and there's a diode, so if you hook the wrong thing up, it won't blow it up. So that's the other mod I did. So that was really easy.
I think diode's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy to do.
I should be doing that.
So, I mean, that way it won't get blown up. If you plug a AC adapter in there, it'll buzz really bad, but it shouldn't blow it up. Because, you know, so you're basically getting half, you know,
sure,
unfiltered DC.
Right.
You know, like, so yeah, that's what the real man's cockiness looks like.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Instead of the kitty, whatchamacallit, cockiness.
USB?
Yeah.
You're gonna get some flack for that. Watch what you say on camera. So remember what's on some of these.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Is it the right way around? Does the label go forward? I can never remember.
Yes.
Tells you how much I use it.
Might have been a while, huh?
Do you have a game bit handy?
Yeah. You want a driver?
Nah.
Are you that strong?
I don't think yeah, I can't remember if on these. That's what these are. These are 115 in one multi-carts that I fixed.
Oh, they're both
I have 3 of them. Yeah, some guy gave me these boards a really long time ago, and they were all bad in some way, so I fixed them all last year. Someone tried to take the chips off and fix them, and like broke routes and things like that.
You can tell.
Yeah, I've gone over and fixed it.
I don't see any repairs though.
Let's see. This wire.
Oh, well, yeah, that thing.
The ROMs had been desoldered, and this PAL had been desoldered. So I fixed all those. Fixed all that. And these cartridge boards go in the case backwards. So
that's why they're not working.
No.
Oh, this one worked.
No, they go in backwards. You know, normally the chips go forward.
Oh, it's a pirate cart. So
yeah, it's a pirate cart.
I got you.
So the chips go backwards. So that one, the ROMs had been taken off.
There's your repair trace.
Yep, the routes had been taken off, and the cartridge got goobered up, and a few other things.
Somebody asked me how to repair that. If that whole finger
is
messed up.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
you can't.
That's serious repair work there.
You might be able to get a piece of copper foil and put it on there, but
well, I know they show you how to do it somewhere.
Oh really?
I've seen it on YouTube, but I mean that's not something a novice is going to do and come out decent.
Now that one works now, kind of.
Sorta. You clean your stuff.
It was clean last year. Oh, there it goes. Done. Well, I basically saved these cartridges from the trash, so.
Right.
Maze song, flip pole, your usual multi-cart fodder. Yep.
Never played that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not really much of a player, if I'm being honest.
You just like the mod?
I like electronics, and I grew up with Nintendo, of course, but I think I owned a total of maybe 5 games in my whole childhood.
Same with, see, I've had this since I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
It only ever had like 7 cartridges in it. I was like, wow, you must take a lot of money to fill one of these up.
See, I think I could actually name them off. I had, of course, Mario Duck Hunt, and I had Akari Warriors 1. I bought Zelda with my own money. That was like $60 from Radio Shack.
Radio Shack sold NES cartridges?
Well, they did in my small town.
Oh, where's that bit at?
I had Heavy Barrel for Christmas, and I had wow, what was the other one? Oh, Rampage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Everything else was either traded or borrowed or
I would rent them quite a bit.
You do what?
I would rent the games.
I had buddies that would do that a lot too. And
there was a lot of. Well, there's a.
those are my rich friends.
Oh yeah. Well, it was only like $1 something to rent the game, so or $2, $2.50.
Where did you grow up?
Oh, right. Well, I was born in Michigan, and when I was 12, I moved to Indiana, and then when I was about 14, I moved to Indianapolis proper. I was in northern Indiana before that.
Where?
Near Hammond, so up in the corner of the state, near Chicago.
Well, that's probably a fairly small town then, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty small town. And then I moved here, and then I got my Nintendo, and I can't remember when I got my Nintendo.
Your first one?
Yeah, my first one.
In Hammond?
No, I got it here in Indy.
So you were
I was like
14?
15 or 16.
Wow.
At least.
Well, I was probably 7 or 8, so...
Oh, yeah? That'd probably be about right then.
No, it would have been 8 or 9, I guess. If it was 85 or 86. And I think I got mine maybe a year and a half after they came out, too.
Oh, yeah?
So, because couldn't afford them.
Yeah, same with me.
Had to wait for parents to get to me for Christmas, and they didn't get to me the first year, and I was pissed. So pissed.
Yeah, I got mine in probably 89, kind of late.
I was going to say mine was probably Christmas of 87, if not 88.
Yeah, that's a lot earlier.
So
I didn't even know about Nintendo really a whole lot up until that point.
Did you at least have an Atari around?
Yeah, I had a 2600. Well, I was using my Commodore 64, so I had games and computer.
So you were coding way back?
Yeah, I'd make things.
One of them guys.
Yeah, I plugged stuff into my Commodore 64 user port and was programming it. That was pretty fun.
Yep.
Back when a 1 megahertz
war games kid, aren't you?
Yeah, one of those 1 megahertz 8-bit CPUs. When you could do a lot with one of those.
Right. Well.
What is that? Contact cleaner?
Rubbing alcohol and purple cleaner.
Purple cleaner?
Degreaser.
Oh, okay. Was it just a solvent?
Yeah. It's semi-hard on stuff, but man, it works good.
I like Goo Gone until they changed the formula.
I've got a bottle in there. I never use it.
Oh yeah? It used to work so much better than they changed the formula.
It's like citrus based now or something.
Yeah,
right?
well that's what it was, and then they added a lot more kerosene to it. They had a lot more citrus oil in it, so it worked better.
Oh.
Now it smells like lamp oil pretty much now.
Right.
So when my bottle runs out, I'll try and make some of my own, I think. But what that stuff is good for is removing goo from label goo. It's awesome for removing label glue, the sticky residue.
I leave that on there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. If I'm doing repro.
If you're doing repro. Yeah. Well, see, like these, see, I got this off. This I didn't use Goo Gone hairdryer.
I use power washer.
I saw that.
1800 psi will take that shit right off.
Yeah, actually the hairdryer works pretty well. You heat that up and you just peel the label off, and the goo goes with the label.
Oh.
So that's what I was doing.
There you go. Top tip from Kevtris. What is that big? Oh, that's your notebook.
Yeah. Notebook of doom. Yeah, most things start with a notebook doodle. So the M82 adapter should be here this week, I hope. So they're being made right now, and then I got to ship them from China.
And that's going to be the reset using the select button.
Mm-hmm.
Selecting a cart, no matter whether there's one there or not, whether there's a
lockout chip or not.
And the timer.
No timer.
No timer. It's not selectable. It's just
just none. Okay. I mean, if I spent more time on it, which I really don't want to, because I want to work on other things.
Know why?
Yeah, I know exactly.
And if you did, just put the original chip back in. And
that's exactly, yeah.
Use it as it was supposed meant to be, I guess. But
I was thinking what you could do if you put it on 128, seconds or 128 minutes, that it would go into the special mode. And if it was 3, 6, or 30 seconds, it would act like normal. You know what I mean? It can be programmed to do that, but then it's extra code and extra work. And if you don't want,
and it's for like 5 people out there.
Yeah. Not only that, but if you're going to take your chip out and put this in, you don't want that anyway.
Right.
So
that's the whole point of it. Is to,
yeah. So, yeah, that's probably not very. That's probably only an hour or two to code that up. It's really simple.
Cool.
So yeah, the adapter board's got like 5 parts on it. So.
That's not a good video too.
Mm-hmm.
Just set up the camera and just we'll edit out all the sitting around not doing anything.
Boring parts.
Yeah. Which the last video that we did, it couldn't be more boring.
Yeah, well, people like that, I guess.
But you know, I mean, we were talking pretty much the whole time. And there's currently 5 videos I've made about the M82, and that one has the most views. I'm telling you, man, they want to see you.
Yeah, I guess. Why, I don't know.
The very first one has like exactly 1,200 views, and this last one has 1,220.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's been up a lot less time.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
They're like, ooh, Kevtris, I know that name. I'll watch this video.
Just too bad it sounds so
I've had
dorky on the video.
I've had plenty of comments saying, there's an acronym for too long didn't watch or something like that.
Yeah. TLDW.
And they're like, just kidding, I actually watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I saw some of the comments.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this hook up to?
MIDI. So like a keyboard.
I know nothing about MIDI.
Oh, musical instrument digital interface. It's just what it is. It's like RS-232. It's a serial protocol. Only it's like a slightly different form factor and signaling, but it's still 8-bit serial with a start and a stop bit at a baud rate.
So you can hook up the cart
to a keyboard
and do what?
Play the keyboard and it comes out your NES.
Oh, okay. So it's not outputting, it's
inputting.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So you can use that to play your NES.
And do they still make it?
Well, the guy that made it kind of fell off the face of the earth, kind of. It was like this XK guy made it.
It rings a bell, actually. Like one of the guys that was asking about the stereo mod was saying something about this.
Oh, really? Here, plug it in. I've never actually plugged it in. Oh, yeah, it works. No, it was working. Yeah, it's working. But it doesn't do a whole lot without...
something plugged into it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have...
I don't even have a MIDI keyboard, actually.
Cool.
I've been wanting to buy one, I just don't have one. I haven't actually played this either. I've made the cartridge.
Either I need to clean my shit or you do.
Huh.
There some of the sockets are... Well, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, Teppel's made this menu.
Nice. It is like a little missile command. What's it called?
The weight. I don't know why. But that works. I don't know what's up with that. It's like one of the address lines. It could be bad RAM too in my cartridge.
Well, so far everything we've put in there is screwed up, so it could be just the cart connector is dirty.
True.
Or I put a bad RAM chip in there and never swapped it back up because that one will have a check mark on it.
That's possible too. When I got my top loader, it had a bad VRAM in it. So 4 locations were bad. So I mean, it was mostly usable, and you know, on certain games you could actually see it was screwed up. Are you missing green on your monitor?
No.
Because it's supposed to be white.
In the background?
No, the lettering's all purple. I've noticed that before.
Yeah, I tried to track down anybody that makes replacement working VRAM.
Oh, really? The 2K 6116s in the narrow package. eBay.
Possible. I found some on. Yeah, I think, but they were like expensive or something. I don't remember what the deal was. But not DigiKey, not Mauser.
No, they won't have it.
Not Newark.
They won't have it.
It was Jameco.
Jameco, yeah, they would probably have it.
I bought them out.
Oh, you did?
1 of 10 works.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, at work, we bought 128K RAM chips from Jameco. You know, they're bigger. And, yeah, I think the VRAM might be bad in that.
It's possible.
It's that, or it's the chip in the cartridge is bad.
Also, just
oh, yeah.
run the test run.
Yep. No, it must be okay. Looks fine.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Must be the cartridge. Let's try some of these other ones. The garage cart.
Your shit's just dirty, man.
That's very possible.
They don't look very dirty.
No. Well, they were clean last year. I cleaned all my cartridges last year.
But a lot of dirty stuff gets into that.
True.
Test console right there. I couldn't tell you last time I actually cleaned it.
I don't even have a way to clean the card edge. Is what I usually do. I wrap a piece of paper around the cartridge board and put alcohol on it.
You know what the best thing is?
What?
Bed sheet.
Bed sheet?
Bed sheet is a million times better than t-shirt cotton.
Uh-huh.
T-shirt cotton is the worst. It just comes apart. But bed sheet lasts.
It's really thin. It must be in the cartridge. It must be in the cartridge.
But more than one are doing that on your cards. That's
yeah. Try cleaning this one. While I do that, I'll check these other ones like this Action 52. That works fine. Yeah, your monitor's like really purpley. It's like it's missing most of the green. That always cracks me up. Oh wow, it's this awesome game! And then you start the game and you're like, what's this crap?
yeah, that was kind of dirty.
Oh, there we go.
It's a little hard to read.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, your white balance is really screwy on that monitor. I've always noticed that.
And I freely admit that this thing is probably in need of cleaning and, you know, checking the caps and everything else. Because I have had problems, especially when it's cold.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. My Sony, I have a Sony studio monitor, and it acts really flaky too.
What model is it?
It's older than that one. It's about that size, but it's a lot older. So I tried fixing it. Well, the problem with it is the caps were all good in it, but the sync quits working, and the picture will like just go brrr and roll. And so I replaced the sync separator chip, all the parts in that part of the circuit, and I can't figure it out. I put the scope on it when it works and when it doesn't, and it's coming from that circuit, so there's something funny in there. Power looked fine, signals going in looked fine, signals coming out looked fine until it screws up. So I really don't know. It's really strange.
Nimbler or what?
Industries, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Where
It
you
looks
see
like
it.
it looks like N.
Yeah, Membler
INOV.
Industries, yeah.
You ever played any of those?
Those are all his games.
What was
Except
so
Solar
famous
Wars.
about it?
What, the garage cart?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much one of the first homebrew cartridges, I think.
Did it get released somewhere, or did he just...
Yeah, he sold like 10 or 12 or 20 of them.
How? Like on
eBay.
eBay?
And friends, you know, through DesDev forum.
When would this been?
97, 98, 99.
Long before I was into the modding scene.
Maybe.
I mean, I still...
Oh, no. Let me think about it. 2004.
Oh, really?
2004, because I remember because I was debugging my FPGA NES in 2004, 2005, and I ran this on it.
Wait, what? Back then, you were already working on it? Oh my. No, okay. I know what you're talking. You're not talking about the new multi-console thing.
No, this was my original system.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah.
Well, it's been on your site for.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, my site hasn't been updated in ages, just because it's so hard updating web pages and it sucks. I need something that did it a lot. You know, I was doing the HTML and all that, and that really sucks.
I've been using, only because it's stupid easy, PM Wiki.
PM Wiki.
And the only reason I was using that is because that was what Longhorn, you know, the Atari guy.
Oh yeah,
That's what he was using, so I wanted to try it. And I ended up being able to figure it out. Like, I signed up with GoDaddy for hosting, and they, of course, they have their stuff that they push. And I tried it, and I just could not wrap my head around that stuff at all. So I was looking around, and of course that would have been what, spring of 11 maybe, something like that.
I just realized industries is spelled wrong. It's just an ER. Industies.
It looks like Inovsties.
I just realized that.
I'll have to give him some shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if he even knows.
I don't know. I'll ask him tomorrow.
Surely some of the few people that have it will be like, dude.
I never noticed until now.
That is a high quality label right there.
That I got it from him. I didn't make that.
It's like put it on a piece of paper and
packing
glue it down.
Yeah. Oh, I put the label on. He gave me the label, so I put the label on. But yeah, this packing tape. Well, that was the one that had some lines in it. Most of the ones he released didn't have the. This was kind of like a second label.
Cool.
So
it's probably worth a freaking fortune too.
Yeah. There's that game bit at. Let's see if I can see what's wrong with this one. Go fast if anything. There might be an address line floating or something like that.
Where'd you get that out?
On the board. Joe made it.
It looks like a bunny board.
Nope. It's
Cool.
spelled right there.
Yeah.
Those are my 74 LS08s I gave him. I had a whole tube of them. I was never going to use them, so he used them. Use your iron real fast.
Yep.
Solder.
Over there on the reel.
Oh, that's a little baby solder.
It's the best.
Wow, that's a little itsy bitsy solder.
I think it's 20 thou.
Let's see. I'm curious now. Yep. I use 031 usually. I like that holder. That's pretty nice.
Cheapest one you can get on eBay.
Yeah, that must be one of the RF ones.
There's flux right there too if you want to use that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I need it yet. This is massive pins, so shouldn't be too hard. I'm just guessing that the pins aren't soldered. You know, they're not touching the pads because the chip appears to be kind of off the pads a bit.
Doing the gravity feed.
It works.
Yeah.
When people say it's hard to solder surface mount, you just do it this way, then you don't have to You don't have to solder each little pin.
That was one of the first things I tried whenever I started learning surface mount, was that drag stuff. I even bought one of the little mini spoon tips.
Oh, with like a reservoir in it.
Mm-hmm.
Has like what is a slot in it?
I think it's just like a half sphere. On that one anyway.
Huh.
And honestly, it's just as easy with that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just use the regular old, and the other thing, you know, when you get to the last row, you...
Beat it out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about like that. Yes, we beat up electronics, so you don't have to. Oh, actually, I see the problem. These two pins 1 and 2 of the chipper appear to be shorted through the solder mask. So pins 1 and 2 are shorted together. A12 and A14. Wonder if that wasn't the problem. I'm gonna try it. Try it again. I always do that, static.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. I never have.
Oh, yeah. Ah, there we go.
That.
Yeah, this is supposed to be white.
It is white.
No, it's purple.
What is?
This is white.
The text?
Yeah, the text is supposed to be white. It's purple. Purple as hell.
You have better eyes than I do.
Really? Well, compared to that, that's white up there, and that's purple. I can even see it on the videos. It's very purple. Concentration room. It used to be called concentration camp, and then people got butthurt over it.
Sure.
On the forum, so we changed it.
So Parcells Joe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, I work with him every day at work, so I'll ask him about the Memler Industies and see what he says about it. I think I kind of remember something about him mentioning that. So I don't know. It's been a long time.
Well, it's been 10 years ago.
Yeah. I think we've been working on that FPGA NES stuff for that long. Well, probably. I mean, it's been in progress for that long, but I haven't really been working on it that long.
Right.
You know, just on and off. I haven't actually touched the NES thing probably since 2008, 2009. So, you know, I stopped working on FPGA stuff for a while, and then I redid the circuit board, and then, you know, I've added all the other systems, so I've been working on adding systems.
Is that pretty well public knowledge that you're doing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you're on IRC, you see me blog about it all the time.
I'm just worried about.
Oh no, I don't care. No, I'll.
I mean,
If it was secret, I wouldn't mention it.
Well, what are you up to now then?
I finished Game Boy on the FPGA, so that's done. I'm working on my new system, which is it's a small board. It's that board you saw, that black circuit board.
FPGA board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's going to house all those systems. So.
What all systems? Can you name them all off?
Yeah, I think I can. NES, Famicom, Game Boy, Atari 2600, Atari 7800, ColecoVision, Intellivision, Video Brain, Arcadia 2001. That's the MPF thing.
No. They're two separate systems, aren't they? Are you saying they run off the same chips?
I think they're the same system. They have the same guts and they take the same cards. They don't? Sure?
Fairly sure.
Okay. Well, that's the system I emulated has a 2650 CPU in it, which is a really weird CPU. That's a really weird system. Yeah. yeah, that system. Yes, that's exactly it. 2637, 2650. Yes, I emulate that system.
And then PDF is right here.
Oh, this is different. You're right. Huh, I'll have to emulate that
now,
one.
Now, the Emerson Arcadia had like 20 clones.
That's the one. That's the one you just showed me.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Like MPT-03 or something like that.
You know what? I was trying to find one of these on eBay, and I couldn't.
Oh, they're super rare.
This is the one. Yes, I know this one now. I wanted to add this, but I could not find hardware or info about it.
I'll send you home with one. Not this one, because I don't own this one, but I have 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, yeah, I'll just look it over and give it back when I'm done. So let's see.
And if you want to try to figure out how to make a JAG controller work with that too, because that's like the biggest problem I'm having with this, other than the video mod that was posted does not work. But these little controllers are junk. They just break on the inside.
Oh.
They're super terrible.
And then of course they're hardwired to the system. Of course, because you know all good video game systems have to have the controllers hardwired. So that way, when the controllers break, not if, when, you have to buy a whole new system. Hey, isn't that great?
Why not make the controller shitty to begin with so it does break?
I love the hand lettering on here too. That's so awesome. The silk screen is all done by hand. Did you notice that?
The I think it's the son of the creator. Yeah, I think it's this one. He's still around, and he posted all he could remember about this.
Oh, really?
Maybe on Atari Age forums or something like that.
Okay.
Well, there's a forum for that and the Emerson Arcadia on like Yahoo.
Okay.
So I knew, there's like no traffic on those, but.
So this has a 6800, a 6821. That's a port chip. 6847. I don't know. Is that the video chip? And then this SCM44948, which must be that's probably a mask ROM, isn't it? Does this have like a menu that comes up when you turn it on?
Possibly built-in game.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I don't remember if it was this one or the Emerson.
Yeah, that's got to be a ROM. It's coupled right to the cartridge in the 6800. So ROM, CPU, port chip. This must be the video audio chip. 6847. Oh yeah, I do handle the RCA Studio 2. That's on there. Master System, Game Gear, Supervision, the LCD handheld. That's a piece of shit.
Watara.
Yes.
I found my cartridges for it the other day. I don't actually have
you don't have
actual system.
I have the system now. I don't have cartridges.
You should some?
Nah, you should have told me. I would have brought it over. You could try your cartridges out.
Yeah, I'm really not that worried about it.
Mm.
Found them in a
what?
flea market or something for nothing. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy them.
So yeah, that's that.
Genesis?
Not yet. I wanted future plans: Genesis, Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx 16, Neo Geo. I think that's it. Super A-Can maybe.
Super what?
A-Can. Never heard of it?
Mm-mm.
It's I almost brought mine over, but I don't have I couldn't find the adapter, so I didn't bring it over. But it's basically a 16-bit system. It looks like a Super Famicom.
Really?
Same cartridge port. The controllers look similar, but they're different. And it takes special games, obviously. But it was a very interesting system because I bought the units. I bought 4 of them for $1.95 from All Electronics, brand new.
And you still have the other 3 sealed new?
Yeah, they didn't come in a box or anything. They came just as they were, but they were brand new. No controllers. I bought 2 controllers. I probably should have bought more, but I didn't. And no cartridges, so I finally got cartridges, over the internet, and they have a lockout chip on them, so you can't just make a cartridge. So yeah, so they tested them and they worked. I dumped some games. There's only 12 games for it, and it was released by UMC in Hong Kong. and it flopped really horribly, so they like buried it. You know, like they disowned it and like got rid of all the stuff about it that they had. So because it flopped so badly, yeah. The games aren't that great. You know, it's your typical, you know, Hong Kong games.
Rip-offs of something else.
Yeah, they're all rip-offs. There's one game. It's kind of like Monopoly. There's a couple platformers, at least one platformer. It's kind of it's okay. That's all I remember. It's been 4 or 5 years since I dumped those carts, and there's a MS kind of runs it, but no audio and stuff like that. So there was work done on it. What?
You'll be the first then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I do have the system, so there is that. It's loaded with UMC ASICs in it. You know, there's 68K. There's a couple ASICs. There's RAM chips. There's all sorts of stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff in it. So it's all mostly standard, other than the 2 main chips in there.
And you're still working on people being able to use cartridges with it? Yeah,
I was going to have this large board with cartridge ports on it, maybe. You know, if you want cartridge ports, well, you'll get 15 of them.
Of different consoles?
Different consoles, with a button and LED next to each one. So you plug the cartridge in. So you can have more than one game in there, of course, because, that's the first thing someone's going to do when they get this thing. Oh, here, let me fill all those cartridge slots up. Oh, will it still work? That's the first thing anybody's going to do.
Oh, yeah. Huh. And controllers?
USB.
USB.
But I have that expansion port, so I was thinking about letting you use, like regular controllers with an adapter.
But they make USB controllers of almost everything anyhow.
They do.
Especially Paul with Infinite NES Lives. He's got them all.
So, yeah, I figured I'm not going to deal with that, because that way, for me, it's the cheapest way to do it, and most flexible. Then you can plug a keyboard and a mouse, and you want to play Commodore 64 on this thing, just plug in a keyboard. So
do you have a lot of those on there too?
I don't have any computers yet. I have almost a complete 64, that synthesizer I showed you, that's got a complete Commodore 64 in it, other than video. And it has most of the videos emulated right now, it's just there's no video output. So I could have a Commodore 64 working in like a week or less. So the main reason I don't have a keyboard. So it makes it kind of hard to type stuff. I can do it through the computer, but it's a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I also run Odyssey Squared, speaking of keyboards.
Odyssey Squared?
Complete speech adapter too.
Don't think I've seen one.
Oh, you haven't? It's about this big, brown plastic with a membrane keypad on it, and 2 hardwired controllers that like to break.
Sure.
And the controllers are just a 4-way, 8-way joystick and a push button at least, so you can adapt Atari 2600 controllers to it pretty easily. 1 ground, 5 signals, the usual Atari interface.
So all the video you have now is just capture stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm not on camera, is because I have a capture card that I plug my thing into.
But you can still talk to it, right?
I sound like a dork, though.
Still. I hate videos when
oh, I know.
Especially if it's like loud music background.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't want to listen to music. I want to hear what's going on,
Yeah, I know. I really need to do that, so. Yeah, I want to start doing that, so I think that'd be fun.
You just got to get into it, and then you get used to doing it, Still look around once in a while. Make sure nobody's around to hear you.
Oh, that's good. So this works now. So it wasn't a bad cartridge connector. Well, I mean, it was dirty, which wasn't helping matters. So you want to see a massive cartridge board of doom?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever seen inside one of these? Have you seen inside one of these?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I think this is about the biggest cartridge board Well, that Action 52's got a pretty big cartridge board in it too.
Racer Mate.
Yeah, that's a pretty big board, but it doesn't have as many chips. God, that Racer Mate. How many versions of this software is in that? I think it's like every cartridge they release has a different version. I've personally dumped 3 or 4 versions of that.
Well, I have
because I know
2.
You have. I know.
No, I have 3 because one of them I sold before I got it dumped. Which I think we're up to. Well, you had 5. There was the PAL one, and then there was.
Oh, I haven't even seen a PAL one.
Or was it Bunny Boy?
He may have had a PAL one.
It was his site.
Okay. Massive. I reverse engineered that, of course. It wasn't actually. It was a lot of chips. It's really not very hard to do. Yeah, this is where CopyNest comes in, because to reverse engineer that with CopyNest, you can just poke the registers and see what happens. You don't have to trace it out with a meter. That's really what it was designed for. So this has, these are actually mask ROMs, which kind of surprised me. So they must have made quite a few of them.
Those are mask ROMs?
Those are mask ROMs. They're not EPROMs.
They're not OTP ROMs?
Nope. They're a 23C4000-1033 and -1034. That's the mask version. I like how it has a checksum U2 and it says FOAD is the checksum. It says it right there. Cool. So I guess they're telling pirates to fuck off and die. I know that's the checksum.
I wonder where you were going with that. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
I know that's the checksum too. I actually verified that checksum because
really?
The character says D935, and that is its valid checksum. I've actually tested that. So, well, the other thing that I thought was interesting, this could have had a lot more games on it than it did. You see, there's 2 empty slots on it.
So it could have double.
It could have double.
Interesting.
At least I think it could. It's been kind of lost to the mists of time, but I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. So then this has a really weird lockout defeater on it. I never actually traced this one out, this particular flavor of lockout defeater, which is this whole set of parts right here. That's the whole lockout defeater.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny the little Rube Goldberg arrangements that these companies came up with to do this.
Not only to defeat the lockout, but to defeat somebody else from copying their defeation circuitry, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. If you look at some of the early Color Dreams games, all the part numbers have been scraped off with a Dremel. Well, it didn't stop me. I got out my little chip tester and I figured out that that was a 74377 that's what the chip was, and then the meter told me what kind of transistors it was. I mean, it's like, what, you spend like 2 minutes grinding the parts off and it took me 5 minutes to figure out how it worked? It's like, come on.
Right.
Yeah, this one, actually, you can see I desoldered the ROMs and dumped them.
Yeah.
And then soldered them back on, because when I dumped this, it was probably 97, and I didn't have CopyNest. CopyNest, I made that in 99, 2000.
Really?
That's how old that is, yeah. I dumped so many games and reversed so many mappers with that thing. Reverse engineered 50 or 60 mappers at least.
Yeah, and you're not an all-star.
No. Well,
Someone Godfather.
Someone had to do it. No one else was doing it. Yeah, one stupid thing about these cartridges, the label like wraps around so you can't open the case up.
If it's still stuck down.
Yeah. Which it was.
I think I still have 3 of them and half of them are popping up.
Oh yeah. I like, the Angry Video Game Nerd made fun of it, but where the cartridge says press here, I always thought that was amusing too.
Yeah.
It's like, is there a button there? And I wonder who came up with the little thing that's always on the back of these cartridges, the whole Do not touch connectors. Don't clean with benzene, paint thinner, alcohol, or other such solvents. I mean, well, that's what you clean these with, is alcohol. I mean, who's going to put... Where do you even get benzene? Oh yeah, I'm going to go to the hardware store and get a container of benzene. They don't sell it. Where are you going to get it?
I have no idea.
Well, paint thinner, it's kind of a given, if you want the plastic anyway. So yeah, basically these other cartridges in here, there's nothing special other than, like Magmax, this is a good test cartridge for the audio, because the music's really funky on it. You know, it's like, it uses the enveloper, so it makes like a twanging.
Cool.
So that's why I have that. So that's a really good test for accuracy on a clone system too. And Gauntlet obviously is a 4-screen game, so that's kind of an important test cartridge. So basically I kept those for if and when I make a cartridge adapter for my FPGA system, those will be like the test cartridges.
Right.
So they're not really anything special other than just they're good for testing.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a lot of that.
Unlike most clones, mine will run the power pack theoretically.